I call to the floor Mr. Wesley Simina, Speaker of the Congress of Micronesia. The next speaker will be Mr. Mars Di Bartolomeo from Luxembourg.
Thank you, Chairperson. Excellencies, President and Secretary General of the IBU, fellow speakers, presidents, and parliamentarians, ladies and gentlemen. I bring greetings and best wishes to all of you from the people of the Federated States of Micronesia. Recently, this year, a spacecraft reached Pluto, the last planet of the solar system. It was just as expected. Deserted, dark and lifeless, full of craters. But on the way, the spacecraft looked back and sent back pictures of where it came from. A blue planet covered by swirling clouds with a brilliant aura that proclaims life. Here on our Earth, there is life, precious, fragile, beautiful, priceless life in an otherwise lifeless solar system. It reminded us once again of our shared humanity, that we are all together, all 7 billion plus human beings embarked on a shared fragile globe that is so beautiful that deserves to be protected and sustained. What we are here in New York to do is to do our best so that our fragile, beautiful planet can endure no matter what comes. We all know, Alice, that it is in our powers to destroy this fragile treasure, whether by recklessness or by selfishness. Our collective desire to have better lives has unfortunately been accompanied by an over-reliance on fossil fuel, and the resulting emissions have contributed to climate change. We are changing our Earth, and processes that used to take thousands of years now take only decades. In a short while, everything as we know will be different, and in a worse way. We are gathered here in New York because we have faith in democracy. We believe that the collective will of a people expressed in its parliamentarians can be wisdom, a wisdom that is more than ever necessary in order to save our planet. We are gathered here in New York because we believe in the United Nations and in IBU, that all countries are entitled to the same and equal voice. And my concerns, along with the concerns of small countries like the Federated States of Micronesia, mean something. And we do have something to share. What we are willing to share is our experience as a small island state. As a matter of fact, if I can say in a friendly way to you, my fellow speakers, use us. Our size and geography make it easier to test concepts and ways of sustainable development. If you need to test ways to adapt to climate change, use us. If you want to provide alternative energy, use us. In turn, I beseech all my fellow speakers, let us all work toward a common goal to keep our desires in check so that we can develop sustainably. Later on this month, leaders will formally adopt some new goals for sustainable development. Let us pledge that we will transform these goals into rational and practical legislation by enacting those goals into law that will ensure that implementation can take place. We gathered here in New York to prepare also for another big event, COP21 in Paris. There, other groups of negotiators will try to come up with a climate change agreement. They may or may not succeed, but if they do, I also ask all of us speakers to pledge to transform that agreement into workable legislation. We have started doing that in our small country. We are ready, and I pledge to you as Speaker that I will personally endeavor to do what can be pursued, what we can do to pursue the objectives so mentioned. We are small, but count us in. And now, Winston Churchill once said, and I quote, "Sometimes you cannot just do your best. You have to do what it takes." This is one of those moments in history. We in the FSM, Congress will do what it takes. Therefore, I urge my fellow speakers to please do the same. Thank you very much.